Okay, good evening, Janani. Am I audible? My voice is? Am I audible, children? Am I audible, ma? Sir, am I audible?
Yes, madam. Yes,
Hello, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So, on the last class, we have discussed about the kingdom. Okay, different kingdom we have discussed. In that, the last class, we have discussed about the protista. Okay. Just I will recap the points and I will go with the new kingdom fungi today. Okay. So we have discussed about the protista. Actually, the protista means first of all, okay, the first of all, the world, the form that is a protista only, and it is a eukaryotic, single-celled eukaryotic
Can
organism.
screen little bigger, madam. Font bigger, little bigger. This is better. Yeah.
Okay, and it is the plant. Okay, actually, it is a protista. It is a unicellular and it is a eukaryotic organisms. And in this protista, we have discussed about different divisions. One is chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenites, and slime molds. Okay, protozoa. All these things we have discussed in the last class. And wherever the location, okay, dinoflagellates means based on the flagella. Okay, two different flagella they have, based on that how it will be survive in the world. And the two organism in the dinoflagellata we have discussed. One is the gonalax. What is the one more thing? Gymnodium. Okay, gonalax and gymnodium. About that we have discussed. And euglenites. Okay, it has both the characteristic of what is that? Both the plant and animal characteristic it has. When the sunlight is not available, it is act like animals. When the sunlight is present, it is act like a euglenites. It is like a animals and a plant, both the characteristic it has we have discussed. And also we have discussed about slime molds, and mostly the slime molds includes all the decomposers. Okay, example the plasmodium and all, which is comes under the what is that in the slime mold. And it is the slime mold, it show the what is that mix amoeba. Okay, so it is a uninucleate, and the slime molds mostly they have a single celled uninucleate. And spores also it has for a reproduction point of view, so that also we have discussed. And the next thing was about the protozoan protista. The protozoan protista, it is the first of all it form. Here different types of protozoan protista we have. One is amoeboid protozoans, example is amoeba. And the second one is a flagellated protozoa. Flagellated protozoa, the example is trypanosoma. Okay, trypanosoma is an example of flagellated. Third one is ciliated, that is a paramecium. The fourth one is sporozoans, that is example is sporozoa. So like that, different protozoans we have discussed. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the kingdom fungi. Okay, kingdom fungi we are going to discuss. So the general characteristic already we know the fungi which is comes under the heterotrophic. Okay, fungi which comes under the today's topic is fungi. The fungi which comes under the heterotrophic nutrition. So we all know heterotrophic nutrition means they cannot able to make their own food. They are directly or indirectly they depend on the other organisms. Okay, so which is called as heterotrophic nutritions. Okay. And so it is mostly among all, so fungi which includes large group of eukaryotics. Okay, so fungi also comes under the eukaryotes. Eukaryotes means they have a true nucleus, and more majority when the large group which comes under the fungi. And the cell wall of fungi is made up of chitin. Cell wall of fungi is made up of what is that? Chitin. Okay, here the fungi it will includes, okay, like a yeast, okay, molds, okay, and molds, as well as majority of the mushrooms. Okay, the mushrooms, these all are includes in the fungi. Okay, so study of fungi which is called as mycology. Study of fungi is called as mycology. Okay, so fungus means meaning is mushroom. Study of fungi is called as, okay, it is one of the biology deals with the study of fungi which is called as what is that? Mycology. And fungus meaning enadana mushroom. Okay, which comes under the eukaryotic, and it includes majority of the yeast. Okay, yeast in the bakery, to making the bread bun, everything we are adding some yeast, right? The yeast powder which comes under the fungi only. And majority of the mold varieties, and also mushrooms, the proteinaceous food mushrooms, these all includes under the what is that? The fungi. Okay, anyone, then can you tell me fungi cell wall is made up of? Fungi cell wall is made up of
Chitin, ma'am.
chitin. Okay, fungi cell wall is made up of chitin. Whether it is comes under the eukaryotes or prokaryotes?
Eukaryotic, ma'am.
Eukaryotic. Study of fungi is called as
Mycology, ma'am.
mycology. Okay, fungi meaning another. What do you mean by fungus?
Mushroom.
Mushroom. Yeah, fungi meaning another mushrooms. Okay, first we'll see where it is occur. Okay, it was given a paragraph, but here I'll separate and give you where it is occur. Okay, first where it is occur. Fungi are terrestrial. Okay, generally it is dark, damp places. Okay, for this, light is not required for their growth and nutrition. For the growth and nutrition, the light is not required. So we all know. So whatever the wet things, if we keep within, if we throw somewhere 1 or 2 days, if we observe, what will happen? There you could able to see some of the growth, black color or white color patches you could able to see over the particular substance. Okay, so it is in, this all comes under the fungi only. Okay, so it is a terrestrial, and it need a dark and damp places, that is a moist places which is needed for the growth. Okay, and also some of the fungi which is grow a specific substrates also. Some fungi will grow specific substrates. For example, some fungi will grow on the dung. Cow dung is there, no? It will grow over the cow dung. Okay, so if it is grow over the cow dung means it is called as coprophillus. Grow on the cow dung, na, it is called as coprophillus. COPRO. Make a note of it. COPROPHILOUS. Coprophillus. Fungi which is grow on the, okay, which is grow on the, one second. The fungi which is grow on the cow dung, which is called as coprophillus. Okay, the fungi will grow over the cow dung, okay, which is called as coprophillus. COPRO. Coprophillus. PHILULOUS. Coprophillus. Okay, and if some fungi you can see which is grow over the wood. Okay, wood also, over the wood also it will grow. So then it is called as lignophillus. which is called as lignophilus, and it will grow on our hair. Can you tell me what about our dandruff? The dandruff is there na, which is comes under the fungi only. If it is grow on the hair na, which is called as keratinophilus, KERITNO, keratinophilus. Okay, so these are the based on the substrate, the fungi which grow. We can divide the fungi into three types: coprophilus, which is grow over the cow dung; carotenophilus, which is grow on the hair; and lignophilus, which is grow on the wood. Okay, va? So this is what about the occurrence of fungi. So the fungi for growth, generally the fungi is terrestrial. Okay, it needed damp places, light is not required, dark places is sufficient for the growth and development and nutrition for everything. Okay, and based on the substrate it grow. Okay, the fungi will be divided into three types. One is coprophilus, lignophilus, carotenophilus. Coprophilus means which is grow on the cow dung. Lignophilus means which is grow on the wood. Okay, carotenophilus na, which is grow on the, what is that, hair. These are three types of fungi which based on the growth we can divide. Okay, va? So this is what about the occurrence. Study of fungi is called mycology. Okay, the Latin word fungus means mushroom. The fungi cell wall is made up of chitin. Okay, and the next one we are going with the fungal structure. Okay, so the next heading about the fungal structure. So fungi actually, it has a vegetative plant body. The vegetative plant body is called as, anybody answer? Mycelium. Make a note of it. What is the vegetative plant body of the fungus? The vegetative plant body of fungus is called as, what is this? Mycelium. Okay, actually if you see a mycelium, the structure, mycelium structure எப்படி இருக்கும்னா, it is a fine transparent thread like structure which is called as hyphae. Hyphae. Okay, it has a hyphae. The structure will be like this. For example, it is a thin transparent, it has like this structure. This is called as hyphae. Okay, so what is a fungi plant vegetative plant body of fungus is called as mycelium. Okay, so what is mycelium na? The mycelium, what will be the structure na? Actually it is a transparent thread like structure, fine transparent thread like structure. Okay, and also it is a colorless. Okay, hyphae வந்து பார்க்கிறதுக்கு colorless. Okay, and the hyphae cell wall is made up of chitin. So this is what about the fungal structure. This is the fungi உடைய vegetative body structure, and it has a cell structure also. Okay, so now I have explained about the, what is that, the vegetative body of the fungi is called as mycelium, and the mycelium structure எப்படி இருக்கும்னா, fine transparent thread மாதிரி இருக்கும், which is called as hyphae. Okay, which is called as hyphae. Okay, hyphae வந்து பார்க்கிறதுக்கு colorless-ஆ இருக்கும், and it has a cell wall. The cell wall is made up of the chitin. Okay, and next one வந்து cell structure. What is the cell structure of the fungi? Okay, if you see the cell structure, okay, actually it is, we know already, eukaryotic. Eukaryotic nale meaning என்னது? What do you mean by eukaryotic?
True nucleus, ma'am.
Yes, very good. They have a very true nucleus. Okay, va? And they possess all the cell organelles. Cell organelles na, like mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, okay, nucleus and ribosomes, like all the cell organelles are present, but except one is absent, that is called as plastids. Okay, if plastids are present, they can able to do the photosynthesis, but the plastids are absent. Okay, except plastids, remaining all the cell organelles are present here. Okay, and the cell wall, already I told, it is made up of chitin. Cell wall is made up of the chitin. Okay, and so chitin, almost the chitin, the general nature வந்து எப்படின்னா, it like a cellulose only. Almost the செல்லுலோஸ் உடைய நேச்சர் என்னவோ அதுதான் வந்து இந்த கைட்டினுக்கும் இருக்கும். ஓகே, வாட் இஸ் த ரிசர்வ் ஃபுட் மெட்டீரியல்? லைக் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் அவர் பாடி இஸ் மேட் அப் ஆஃப் glucose. Okay, okay, the glucose will be stored in our body. The same way, in the reserve food material for the fungi is, what is that? Glycogen. Glycogen is the reserve food materials, and some of the oil droplets also it will be stored it. Okay, and actually we know it is a heterotrophic, right? So how they can obtain the nutrition போது this comes under the nutrition வந்து என்னதுன்னா saprophytic nutrition. The fungi nutrition is saprophytic. What do you mean by saprophytic? What do you mean by saprophytic? What do you mean by saprophytic now? Actually, we have a different types of nutrition. Okay, heterotrophic nutrition there are different types இருக்கு. சரியா? ஒன்னு வந்து என்னதுன்னா actually autotrophic na it is different. Only the plants can able to make their own food, so it is called autotrophic. Heterotrophic na actually we also comes under the heterotrophic only. We cannot able to make our own food. So what we can do? We are depending the plants for the food. Okay, so we are comes under the heterotrophic nutrition. Apart from that, we have a parasitic nutrition also. Parasitic nutrition na which some fungi வந்து which it includes parasitic fungi also is there, saprophytic fungi also is there. So parasitic fungi na என்னதுன்னா the organism which live on the host. The organism which live on the host. For example, in our body. Okay, from the host tissue it will absorb the nutrition. For example, in our body லயே நமக்கு என்ன இருக்கு? The dandruff which is attached to our head. Okay, in our body ல இருக்கு. சரியா? நம்ம ஹேர் கூடவோ இல்ல நம்மளுடைய ஸ்கல்ல வந்து இருக்கு. So this is comes under the parasitic. So saprophytic nutrition na it break down the all the dead and decomposed matter. Break down the dead and decomposed matter and it takes the nutrition. For example, if you left the bread 1 or 2 days, after that you observe, you could able to see a black color patches over there. Okay, so within 2-3 days, if you not disturb, what will happen na the entire bread will become, what is that? The different color. So that decomposition started to occur in that bread. That is due to the fungus only. Okay, va? So that is one of the nutrition. So that is called saprophytic nutrition. So saprophytic nutrition na the nutrition comes under the heterotrophic. It takes the nutrition from the dead and decomposed matter. Okay, dead and decomposed matter. From that it takes the nutrition which is called saprophytes. Parasites na which live on the another organism. Parasites na which live on the another organism, that is host, which is called as, what is that? Parasitic nutrition. And also which includes, what is that? Lichens. What do you mean by lichens? What do you mean by lichens? Lichens. Lichens. The lichens means the fungi வந்து என்னது? It show the symbiotic relationship also. What do you mean by symbiotic relationship? Okay, nothing but symbiotic relationship na both organism living together, both will mutually get benefit. Both mutually get benefit na, which is called as, what is that? Symbiotic relationship. That is example of lichens are the example. Lichens means the combination of algae and fungi relationship is called as, what is that? Lichens. ஆல்கேயும் ஃபங்கையும் சேர்ந்து இருந்துச்சுன்னா அதுக்கு பேர் என்னதுன்னா லிச்சன்ஸ் சொல்லுவோம். ஸோ வாட் இஸ் த பெனிஃபிட்னா, இங்க வந்து ஆல்கே கேன் ஏபிள் டு மேக் தி ஓன் ஃபுட், ஃபங்கை கேன் ப்ரொவைட் தி ஷெல்டர். Okay, so algae will make the food and it will give to fungi. The fungi will give a shelter to the algae. So here both also will get mutually benefited. Okay, so this is called symbiotic relationship. For that examples we can give lichens is an example. And also we can give one more example is mycorrhiza. One more relationship also we can able to find in a fungi, that is mycorrhiza. Please make a note of it. Mycorrhiza, MI, okay, MYCO, okay, RR, HIZA, RRHIZA, mycorrhizal relationship. What is the mycorrhizal relationship? Na? The fungi which is associated with the root of the higher plants. The fungi which is associated with the root of the higher plants. Okay, which is called as, what is that? The mycorrhiza. Okay, some of the bacterium, we know that. Adhe madri, some of the fungi also which live in the root of the some of the organism, plants. Okay, so this example is called as, what is that? Mycorrhiza. So lichens na algae fungi relationship. Mycorrhiza na fungi associated with the root of the higher plants na, which is called as mycorrhiza. So this is what that fungi will live in nature, particularly in our environment. Okay, so this is what about the what, how the fungi will live in our nature. Okay, so what is that? So fungi which is comes under eukaryotes. Okay, one more time I will recap. All the cell organelles are present except plastids. And what is the reserve food material for fungi? Body la fungi ude body, what food will be reserved, so stored? What food is stored in the fungi? Food என்ன food fungi store பண்ணிருக்கு? Bhumika? Bhumika, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
What the food will be stored in the fungi?
Glycogen, ma'am.
Glycogen. Very good. Okay. And what kind of nutrition the fungi will show? What are the types of nutrition வந்து fungi இருக்கு? One is parasitic. இன்னொன்னு வந்து என்னது? Saprophytic. இன்னொன்னு வந்து என்னது? Saprophytic, parasitic, and also lichen, symbiotic. இன்னொன்னு வந்து என்னது? Mycorrhizal relationship. Can you tell me what is mycorrhiza?
The fungi associated with the root of higher plant, ma'am.
Very good. Root of higher plants na mycorrhiza. Lichens, Janani, can you reply?
Yes, ma'am. Lichens, it is the symbiotic relationship. Ma'am.
What? That combination is what?
Algae and fungi.
Very good. Algae and fungi. Okay. Then what do you mean by parasitic?
It will be in the host of another plant.
Very good. What do you mean by saprophytic?
It gets nutrition from the dead and decomposed matter.
Very good. Okay. And food reserve food material is glycogen. Cell wall is made up of chitin. Okay. And plant body. What is the vegetative plant body of fungi?
Mycelium.
Vegetative mycelium. Very good. Okay. And hyphae. What do you mean by hyphae? The vegetative plant body, the thin hair-like structure, transparent hair-like structure is called as, what is that? Hyphae. Okay, va? So this is what about the general information about what? The fungi. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Is it clear? Yes. Okay. And the next thing, actually I told na, some of the unicellular fungi also we have, multicellular also we have. Here, if you see, unicellular fungi வந்து yeast. Okay, which is used for, I told, yeast னு சொல்லியிருக்கேன் already. The yeast வந்து which is used for the making the bread and beer. ஓகேவா, இதெல்லாம் வந்து மேக் பண்றதுக்கு we have the, what is that, the bread and beer இது மேக் பண்றதுக்கு the fungi yeast will be useful. The fungi yeast is used, actually it is a unicellular yeast is a which is used in the, what is that, the making a bread and beer. Okay, and the next one வந்து some of the fungi வந்து beneficial also we have. These fungi are beneficial, and also some fungi வந்து cause the diseases. Actually we have a brief explanation in, I'll explain you later. Okay, the fungi have some of the disease also will cause to the plant. For example, in wheat plant, okay, it cause the, what is that, rust, cause the puccinia. Okay, in wheat la வந்து it cause the, what is that, puccinia. It is one of the diseases. okay, which is caused by the plants. Okay, and in next coming classes I will tell you which organism which cause. And also beneficial பார்க்கும்போது penicillium. Okay, penicillium, which is the best fungi, which is helpful for what is that? Making of antibiotics. Okay, antibiotics இதுல வந்து penicillium will play a very important role. Okay, and also it was given the cosmopolitan nature. What is the meaning of cosmopolitan? Na, it can able to survive in the all the climatic condition like air, water, soil, animals, everywhere it can able to live. Okay, va? So this is what about the general information. Okay, and here are the remaining all the given hyphae, everything we have discussed, mycelium, everything we have discussed only. Okay, va? Yes. So the next one, we are going with the symbiotic, mycorrhiza, lichens, everything we have discussed. Okay, the next one about the reproduction. So what is the reproduction? It will undergo na vegetative reproduction. The fungi which is undergo vegetative reproduction. Okay, so what is the vegetative reproduction? First, we want to know what is a reproduction. Any one of them? The ability of organism to giving rise to the new organism. The ability of organism give rise the new organism, which is called as vegetative reproduction generally. Vegetative reproduction na, if the plant body, okay, like leaves or what is that, root, in the madri vegetative part of the plants, okay, vegetative part of the organism if we involved in the reproduction na, which is called as what is that, vegetative reproduction. Okay, vegetative reproduction. Here a fragment of vegetative body, okay, that is mycelium. Okay, mycelium will be a separate and form the new individual. Fungi la வந்து mycelium இருக்குல்ல, mycelium also we can say, or we can say what is that, hyphae also. So இந்த hyphae வந்து என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா, the plant body is there na, the mycelium or fungi உடைய plant body வந்து which is separate, which is plant body which separate, and it will give the new one na, which is called as vegetative reproduction. There are different methods of vegetative reproductions we have. The first one is fragmentation. Okay, in the grade 10th we have studied. Okay, all these things. So what is a fragmentation? Okay, fragmentation means nothing but, example வந்து என்னது, Spirogyra. Okay, example Spirogyra. Okay, the what happened, the plant body when it is get mature, the plant body when it is get mature and it is divided into two or more, the plant body which is divided into two or more, which is called as fragmentation. Okay, for example, it is a plant body, Spirogyra is a plant body. If you see, actually it is which is live in the water. Okay, waterல இருக்கும், thin filamentous structure. Okay, so when any external factors, due to any external factors, the plant body which is divided into 2-3 parts, okay, which is divided into 2-3 parts, and each one which is grow into the new individuals. Okay, then it is called as what is that, fragmentation. Example வந்து Spirogyra. This is the Spirogyra, and the plant body divided into 2-3 parts, and later each one will grow into the new individual. This is called as fragmentation. Okay, and next one வந்து vegetative reproduction எடுக்கும்போது which is undergo what is that, binary fission also. So what is a binary fission? Binary fission na, we already know, that is fission means dividing organism into two or more. Okay, binary fission na, the organism which is divided into two, the organism which is divided into two, the organism which is divided into two. Example, in 10th standard we have studied about amoeba. Here the organism which is divided into two na, which is called as what is that, binary fission, and it is undergo budding also. So vegetative reproduction, first one the fragmentation we have discussed, second one the என்னதுன்னா binary fission, the third one வந்து budding. So what is a budding na, the yeast cell we have, right? Okay, so in the yeast cell, okay, the small bud will be formed. Okay, yeast cell, small bud will be formed. Why this bud is formed in the particular region அப்படின்னா, that is due to repeated cell division. The bud will be formed, that is due to repeated cell division. Okay, the bud will be formed, that is due to repeated cell division. Budding na, this is the yeast cell. If you observed, yeast cell small bud is formed. Okay, later the bud will be grow in a parent itself until it get the maturation. The bud will be in the parent only. Later, which is detached from the parent, and it is fall down and it is grow into the new individual. ஓகே, ஒய் இந்த பட் ஏன் இந்த இடத்துல ஃபார்ம் ஆகுது அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம்னா, டியூ டு ரிப்பீட்டட் செல் டிவிஷன். டியூ டு ரிப்பீட்டட் செல் டிவிஷன், ஸோ விச் இஸ் கால்ட் அஸ் வாட் இஸ் தட், பட்டிங். ஓகே, அண்ட் ஈஸ்ட்ல பார்த்தோம்னா வித்தின் அ மினிட் வந்து செயின் ஆஃப் பட்ஸ் வந்து ஃபார்ம் ஆகும். ஓகே, செயின் ஆஃப் பட்ஸ் வில் பி ஃபார்ம்ட். Okay, so this is what about the vegetative reproduction. So vegetative reproduction na, a part of fragment from the somatic body separate, which is grow into new individual, which is called as a vegetative reproduction. Vegetative reproduction, under the vegetative reproduction there are three types of process the reproduction will be takes place. One is fragmentation, another one is binary fission, and another one is the budding. Fragmentation na, the somatic body which is fragmented are separated into 2 or 3 daughter plant, later which is grow into new individual. Binary fission na, the division of the cell. Okay, the cell will divided into form 2 daughter cell, later which is grow into new individual. Budding, budding means the small bud will be grow over the parent plant until it get the maturation, which is grow in the parent only, later which is detached from the parent and it is grow into new individual. Example is yeast. So these are the what comes under the vegetative reproduction. Okay, and the next one is asexual mode of reproduction. Okay, asexual mode of reproduction, make a note of it. Up to vegetative reproduction I have discussed. Now I'm going to discuss asexual mode of reproduction. So what is the asexual mode of reproduction? Okay, so here the new individuals are formed from a specialized part of the parent. Okay, this condition, this nature, it is capable to dispersal. For example, okay, the spores, asexual reproduction in fungi which is takes place with the help of the spores. Vegetative reproduction which is takes place with the help of the plant body. Okay, the plant body involve ஆகுது vegetative reproduction. Asexual reproduction, it takes place with help of the spores. Okay, so actually the spores have thick and wall, thick walls are present. The spores are present na. Okay, thick walls are cover the what is that, the spores. Due to this thick walls, it can able to survive what is that, unfavorable condition also. Due to this thick walls, it can able to survive unfavorable condition also. When it is reach the favorable place, it start to grow it. Okay va? So this is the general characters, important character of this spores. Okay, so there are lot of spores will be formed from this sporangium. Okay, lot of example we have studied rhizophus. In the grade 10th standard we have studied rhizophus is an example of what is that, the spores only. Okay, the spores are formed from the sporangium. Okay, so sporangium release ஆகிற அந்த spores வந்து until it reach the moist area or a favorable place, it will be in the atmosphere only. Once it reach the what, a particular region, it start to grow it. That is a damp area or moist area, it start to grow it. So that is important character of the spores. Okay, so spores are covered by the thick walled. Okay va? So there are different spores are involved in this reproduction. The first one is zoospores. Okay, the first one is zoospores. They are given zoospores. Okay va? And second one is sporangiospores. Okay, sporangiospores. And next one is gonidiospores. Okay, we have a gonidiospores also. And the next one is chlamydospores. Okay, next one is the chlamydospores. So like four spores are involved in this. So what are they? First one the zoospores. The second one வந்து sporangiospores. And third one வந்து gonidiospores. Okay, and the fourth one is chlamydospores. Okay, so these are the four spores are involved in the asexual reproduction. Just I will tell about each spores and I'll move to the next. Okay, asexual reproduction is spores. It's called as gonidia, sporangiospore, zoospores. Generally they are given. Just about this two points I will give you and I'll move to the next one. There is no much explanation in your textbook, but you want to know what is a zoospores. Zoospores ne enna? Make a note of it. Zoospores means they are generally motile in nature. Zoospores வந்து எப்படி இருக்கும்? Motile. M-O-T-I-L-E. Okay, they have motile flagellated. Okay, what do you mean by motile? Motile
Movement,
means
ma'am.
movement. They can able to move. Motile. And with the help of what they can able to move? எது மூலமா மூவ் ஆகும்?
Flagella.
Yeah, very good. With help of flagella, they can able to move. Okay, va? So zoospores are motile flagellated spores, mostly which live in the aquatic fungi. So நம்ம example வந்து என்ன சொல்லிக்கலாம்னா water mold is an example for what is that? The spores. Okay, water molds is an example. Aquatic fungi இருக்கிறது. Water molds, they is produced in zoosporangium. The spores are produced in the zoosporangium. Actually, the structure will be like this. Okay, the zoosporangium. From the zoosporangium only, these spores will be liberated out. Okay, from this is zoosporangium. Inside, we have lot of zoospores. Okay, from this zoospores, we have what is that? Zoosporangium. From the zoosporangium, we have a zoospores. Okay, so zoospores na motile flagellated spores present in the aquatic fungi. And they produce what is that? They produce the from the zoosporangium. And the next one is sporangiospores. The next one is sporangiospores. Okay, sporangiospores are non-motile. Make a note, sporangio, S-P-O-R-A-N-G-I-O. Sporangiospores pathona, they are non-motile. Okay, actually thin-walled non-motile spores. It will be like this structure. Okay, this is called sporangium. And inside the sporangium, we have what is that? Sporangium spores. Sporangium spores are present. இது எப்படி இருக்கும்னா non-motile. It's made up of thin-walled pores produced endogenously. Endogenously na inside the parent body which will be produced. Okay, during favorable condition. Example வந்து என்னது? Rhizophus. Already we have discussed in the grade, you have studied in the grade 10th. Okay, Rhizophus which is comes under the, what is that? Sporangium. Okay, sporangiospores. It is non-motile thin-walled. Zoospores are motile flagellated. Example வந்து என்னது? Aquatic fungi. And next one வந்து gonidiospores. Next one வந்து gonidiospores. So these gonidiospores are non-motile. So sporangiospores also non-motile. Gonidiospores also non-motile. Sporangiospores are thin-ஆ இருக்கும். But இங்க இது வந்து thin-ஆவும் இருக்கும். It may be thin or also it will be what is that? Thick. Thin and thick-ஆ இருக்கும். Okay va? And normally which is develop in a chain. And it is exogenously. Exogenously means endogenously na produce inside the body na, which is endogenously. Excite the plant body na, which is called as exogenously, outside. Exo means outside. Okay, at least from the tip of the hyphae. இப்படி சொல்லிக்கலாம். This is the hyphae. இந்த மாதிரி ப்ரொடியூஸ் ஆகும். This is called as what is that? Gonidiospores. Okay, gonidia. So this is called gonidia. ஓகேவா? அண்ட் நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் வந்து என்னதுன்னா கிளைமைடோஸ்போர்ஸ். ஸோ கொனிடியோஸ்போர்ஸ் வந்து நான் மொட்டைல். ஸ்பொராஞ்சியோஸ்போர்ஸ் ஆல்சோ நான் மொட்டைல். அண்ட் ஜூஸ்போர்ஸ் வந்து என்னது? மொட்டைல். ஜூஸ்போர்ஸ் வந்து மொட்டைல். ஓகேவா? அண்ட் நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் வந்து கிளைமைடோஸ்போர்ஸ். ஓகே, ஸோ கிளைமைடோஸ்போர்ஸ்னாலே வந்து என்னதுன்னா இட் இஸ் அ ரெஸ்டிங் ஸ்போர்ஸ். கிளைமைடோஸ்போர்ஸ்னா இட் இஸ் அ ரெஸ்டிங் ஸ்போர்ஸ்னு கூட சொல்லிக்கலாம். ஓகேவா? எக்ஸாம்பிள், இப்ப பார்த்தோம்னா கிளமைடோஸ்போர்ஸ் வந்து திக் வால்டா இருக்கும். இட் இஸ் அ திக் வால்ட். கிளமைடோஸ்போர்ஸ் எப்படி இருக்கும்னா திக் வால்டா இருக்கும். எப்படி இருக்கும்? ஓகே, இது வந்து thick walled. இதுதான் வந்து என்னதுன்னா கிளைமைடோஸ்போர்ஸ். ஓகே, they are thick walled resting spores. ஓகே, produced from the hyphae. இது எதனால produced ஆகுதுன்னா accumulation of food. This is called chlamydospores. Chlamydospores. இது எதனால this chlamydospores are formed னா due to accumulation of food. இந்த இடத்துல வந்து ஃபுட் அக்குமுலேட் ஆகும்போது the spores will be formed. ஓகேவா? ஆக்சுவலி these spores serve as a unit of pernation. Pernation so many years வந்து ஸ்டே ஆகுறதுக்கு இதாகும். ஓகேவா? எக்ஸாம்பிள் வந்து ரைசோபஸ். இதுக்கு வந்து எக்ஸாம்பிள் என்னதுன்னா ரைசோபஸ். கிளமைடோஸ்போர்ஸ்க்கு எக்ஸாம்பிள் ரைசோபஸ். So this is what about the asexual reproduction. Got a clarity? Yes. So vegetative reproduction, any one of them? Fungi reproduction includes vegetative, asexual and sexual reproduction. Before going with the sexual reproduction, just we will recap the vegetative reproduction and asexual reproduction. Any one of them, can you tell me how the vegetative reproduction in fungi takes place? How the vegetative reproduction in fungi it takes place?
Fragmentation, ma'am.
Fragmentation, then
Binary fission.
binary fission. Fission. Binary fission. Then third one.
Budding.
Budding. Okay, can you give me example for budding? Budding example? Yeast. Budding example என்னது? Yeast. Okay, binary fission example paramecium. Okay, and fragmentation example Spirogyra. Fragmentation example Spirogyra. Okay, va? Yes. Next, asexual reproduction. How the asexual reproduction is takes place?
By
Yes,
fragmentation.
asexual. Yeah, by asexual reproduction by fragmentation. Huh?
Ma'am,
By
with spores,
actually vegetative reproduction by process of fragmentation, binary fission, budding. Asexual reproduction, it takes place with the help of the spores. Okay, these spores are include, what are they? என்னென்ன spores இருக்கு? What are the spores we have?
zoospores, sporangiospores, cornidospores, and chlamydospores.
Very good. Zoospores, sporangiospores, spores, and chlamydospores. Chlamydospores. Okay, very good. Shall I move to the next one? Sexual reproduction.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we are going with the sexual reproduction. So, sexual reproduction by the oospores, ascospores, and basidiospores. Please make a note of it. So, okay. Sexual reproduction எது மூலமா நடக்குதுன்னா, it is given in your textbook itself. The sexual reproduction takes place by oospores, ascospores, basidiospores. Okay, these spores are produced by the fruiting bodies. Okay, fruiting bodies இருந்து இது produced ஆகுது. I will give the explanation here. Okay, so sexual reproduction வந்து in fungi it takes place by the oospores, ascospores, and basidiospores. Okay, so here these various spores are produced in distant structure, which is called as fruiting bodies. Which is called as, what is that? Fruiting bodies. Okay, so the sexual cycle actually involves 3 steps. The sexual cycle வந்து includes the 3 steps. First வந்து என்னதுன்னா plasmogamy, second one is karyogamy, and the third one is diakaryosis or diakaryon. Okay, 3 stage வந்து include ஆகுது. please make a note of it. Sexual reproduction, it includes 3 steps. One is plasmogamy, second one is karyogamy. Okay, plasmogamy, karyogamy and diokaryophase. So what is a plasmo? Plasmonale protoplasm. Plasmona meaning என்னது? Protoplasm. So the fusion of protoplasm between two motile or non-motile gametes are called as plasmogamy. Please make a note of it. Fusion of protoplasm. Protoplasm fusion ஆகுது. எதுக்கு இடையில அப்படின்னா ரெண்டு மொட்டைல் ஃபங்கஸ்க்கும் நான் மொட்டைல் கேமெட்ஸ்க்கும். Two motile or non-motile gametes. Between two motile gametes ஆவும் இருக்கலாம், two non-motile gametes ஆவும் இருக்கலாம். அதுக்கு இடையில the protoplasm fusion it takes place. Then it is called as plasmogamy. And what is a karyo? Karyonaale we know that nucleus. Okay, so the fusion of two nucleus it's called as what is that? Karyogamy. Okay, and the third one வந்து என்னதுன்னா the meiosis in zygote resulting in the haploid spores will be formed. ஓகேவா? so the zygote வந்து meiosis undergo meiosis division, as a result haploid spores will be formed. That explanation will next page will discuss. Okay, haploid spores will be formed. ஓகேவா? so this is the 3 steps involved in the reproduction. Okay, so next, the fungus actually reproduce sexually, I told, right? Two haploid hyphae of a compatible mating types come together and fuse. Okay, so during this reproduction, okay, during the reproduction, the two fungus, okay, two fungus, rendu fungus varum, two fungus will come close. Okay, these two character என்னதுன்னா two haploid. This also haploid, you know what is N, 2N, right? N means haploid condition. Okay, number of chromosomes. Okay, it is haploid condition. 2 means diploid condition. Two haploid hyphae. Okay, so both also have a character to mate each other. அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிற fungi தான் வரும். ஓகேவா? so compatible, okay, mating type come together and fuse. ரெண்டு haploid type, two hyphae which come together and close together, come together, okay, and fuse it. Actually in some fungi the fusion is two haploid cells immediately result in what is that? A diploid cells. இந்த டூ வந்து கம்பைன் ஆன உடனே in some of the fungiல வந்து என்ன ஃபார்ம் ஆகுதுன்னா diploid cells வந்து ஃபார்ம் ஆயிருது. Okay, but in some other fungi, like example in ascomycetes, the basidiomycetes and all, okay, so an intervening dikaryotic stage, that is N plus N, that is two nuclei per cell occur. Such condition is called as dikaryon. The phase is called as dikaryophase. Okay, என்னதுன்னா two condition. ஒன்னு வந்து என்னதுன்னா two hyphae when it is come in contact together, two haploid cells, when it is immediately result will form what is that? A diploid. 2N cells will be formed. But however in other fungi, example in ascomycetes and basidiomycetes, okay, the intervening dikaryotic stage, that அதாவது ரெண்டு நியூக்ளியஸ் N என்ங்கும் போது two nucleus வந்து என்ன ஆகுது? Fuse ஆகுது. That is N plus N, that is 2 per nuclei when it is close together. ஓகே, அந்த கண்டிஷன் ரெண்டு நியூக்ளியஸும் ஃபியூஸ் ஆகுற அந்த கண்டிஷனுக்கு பேர் என்னதுன்னா டைகாரியான். அண்ட் திஸ் ஃபேஸ் இஸ் கால்ட் அஸ் டைகாரியோஃபேஸ். ஓகேவா? அண்ட் லேட்டர் த பேரண்டல் நியூக்ளியை ஃபியூஸ் அண்ட் செல் பிகம் தி டிப்ளாய்ட். ஓகே, ஸோ ரெண்டு நியூக்ளியஸும் ஃபியூஸ் ஆகும்போது பேரண்டல் செல் வந்து என்ன ஆகுது? ஃபியூஸ் ஆகும்போது the newly formed one become what is that? A diploid. Okay, and the fungi form the fruiting bodies in which reduction divisions occur. So இது வந்து the two parental formed bodies fuse together and form the what is that? The spores. Okay, and fruiting bodies. Some இதுல வந்து என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா the fungi வந்து form the fruiting bodies. Fruiting bodies வந்து form ஆகுது. There the reduction division is occur. So when the reduction division occur, which leading to form the what is that? Haploid spores. Some fungi form the fruiting bodies. So the fruiting bodies form ஆகும்போது there a reduction division will be occur. The due to the reduction division, the haploid spores வந்து என்ன ஆகுது? Form ஆகுது. ஓகேவா? So The morphology of mycelium, mode of spore formation, the fruiting bodies form the basis of the division of kingdom in the various classes. Okay, we based on the division different kingdom. For example, in fungi la வந்து we have phycomycetes, ascomycetes, basidiomycetes, deuteromycetes. நாலு kingdom இருக்கு. Based on this kingdom, எந்த kingdomல வந்து எப்படி ஆகுதுன்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. என்ன ஆகலாம்? ஒன்ல வந்து in some kingdom two hyphae which close together, so 2n diploid hyphae will be formed. இன்னொன்னுல வந்து when the fruiting bodies join together, two nucleus will fuse, so dikaryon phase will be formed. Okay, in some fungi வந்து என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா fruiting bodies will be formed. The fruiting bodies undergo reduction division to form what is that? The haploid spores are formed. So these are the 3 steps will involve during the sexual reproduction. Any doubt in this?
No, ma'am.
Yes. Anybody, can you tell me what is plasmogamy? Fusion of plasmogamy. Fusion of அதுலயே வேர்ட்லயே மீனிங் இருக்கு. பிளாஸ்மானா என்னது? Fusion of
Ma'am,
protoplasm. Protoplasm. Okay, very good. Next, what do you mean by karyogamy? Karyogamy?
Fusion of nucleus.
இப்போ நம்ம கீழே we have studied na this explanation. இதுக்கு மேட்ச் ஆகுதா? Have you noticed it?
Yes, ma'am.
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பிளாஸ்மா கேமிங்கும் போது இங்க வந்து 2 ஃபங்கை வந்து என்ன ஆகுது? ஐஃபே வந்து ஜாயின் ஆகும். 2 ஃபங்கை உடைய ஐஃபே அப்ளைடு நேச்சர் இருக்கிற 2 ஃபங்கை உடைய ஐஃபே வந்து ஃபியூஷன் ஆகுது. அப்ப வந்து பிளாஸ்மா கேமி ஸ்டேஜ். கேரியோகேமினா அதே 2 ஃபங்கை உடைய ஐஃபே வந்து க்ளோஸ் ஆகும்போது 2ல இருக்கிற நியூக்ளியஸ் வந்து என்ன ஆகுது? ஃபியூஷன் ஆகுது. ஸோ இட் இஸ் கால்ட் அஸ் கேரியோகேமி. ஓகேவா? 3வது ஸ்டேஜ் வந்து என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா சம் ஃபங்கை வந்து என்னது ஃப்ரூட்டிங் பாடிஸை ஃபார்ம் பண்ணும். திஸ் ஃப்ரூட்டிங் பாடிஸ் வந்து என்ன ஆகுது? ரிடக்ஷன் டிவிஷனுக்கு போகுது. when it is undergo reduction division will form what is that? Haploid spores வந்து ஃபார்ம் ஆகுது. have you noticed it? இந்த 3 ஸ்டேஜை தான் இப்ப எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணியிருந்தேன். ஓகேவா?
Yes, ma'am.
Plasmogamy, karyogamy, formation of haploid spores எப்படின்னா fungi form the fruiting bodies. This fruiting bodies வந்து undergo reduction division. Okay, reduction division na meiosis. Meiosis na reduction. Meiosis நீங்க கொடுத்திருக்காங்க பாரு. Okay, meiosis division na reduction division means meiosis. Okay va? So reduction division it will go, it will form what is that? Fruiting bodies. This fruiting bodies leads to what is that? Formation of what? Spores. Formation of the spores. Okay va? So these are the 3 stages. Any doubt about sexual reproduction? Is it clear? Yes. Now we are going with the each group. I told na 4 groups fungi. இதுல வந்து we have a classification fungi. Next topic. So in classification of fungi la வந்து up to now the general characteristic if you have understood na, the remaining all based on that only, each will includes. Okay, each will includes. Okay, for example first வந்து என்னதுன்னா phycomycetes, second ascomycetes, அப்புறம் basidiomycetes and deuteromycetes. So we are going to discuss one by one what is a phycomycetes. What is a phycomycetes? ஓகேவா? ஃபங்கை இது பார்த்தோம்னா அக்வாட்டிக் ஹேபிட்டட்ஸ். இது எங்க இருக்கும்னா அக்வாட்டிக்ல இருக்கும். அக்வாட்டிக் ஹேபிட்டட்ஸ் இட் லிவ் அண்ட் ஆல்சோ இட் வில் லிவ் இன் தி டீகேயிங் வுட். ஓகே, டீகேயிங் வுட், மாய்ஸ்ட், டேம் பிளேசஸ்ல வந்து இருக்கும். ஓகே, அண்ட் இட் இஸ் த obligate parasites. ஓகேவா? obligate parasites. ஓகே, அண்ட் இது பார்த்தோம்னா the mycelium, the plant body. The plant body of this phycomycetes is called as what is that? Mycelium. The mycelium வந்து non-septate. What do you mean by non-septate na? இது வந்து mycelium. Actually இது வந்து hyphae. இந்த இது வந்து septum. இது வந்து என்னதுன்னா septum. Septumனா the wall. ஓகே, ஒரு செல்லுக்கும் இன்னொரு செல்லுக்கு இடையில இருக்கிறதுக்கு பேர் என்னதுன்னா வால். இதுக்கு பேர் நம்ம என்ன சொல்லுவோம்னா செப்டம் சொல்லுவோம். If this septum is absent, then it is called as non-septate. Non-septate and cynocytic. What do you mean by cynocytic na? More number of nucleus is present na, which is called as synocytic. More number of nucleus is there na, which is called as synocytic. Okay, so aseptate and also what is that, synocytic na more number of nucleus is present, more number of nucleus is present. And septate na enadana, between the cell வந்து wall, the separation is there na, septum. If it is absent na, non septum. Okay va. And actually asexual reproduction takes place by the zoospores, helps ends in the what is that, zoospores. So zoospores na நமக்கு தெரியும், actually it is what is that, already we have discussed only. Zoospores na motile flagellated spores, motile flagellated spores which is live in the aquatic fungi. Okay va. And it is produced from zoosporangium, already discussed only ma. Okay va. And also it is undergo chlamydosporous gonidia, from the gonidia will be formed zoosporangium, இதுல இருந்து ஃபார்ம் ஆகுறது. செக்ஷுவல் reproduction வந்து it is a type of what is that, fusion of gametes to form what is that, zygospores. ரெண்டு gametes fuse ஆகி zygospores will be formed. Okay, so actually morphologically similar these gametes, இங்க வந்து fusion ஆகுற two gametes வந்து எப்படின்னா morphologically similar, so then it is called as isogamous. Okay, the gametes are similar in morphology, so they are called as isogamous. If the two gametes ரெண்டுமே motile or two gametes also non-motile na, ரெண்டுமே similar, then it is called as isogamous. One non-motile, another one is the motile na, then it is called as what is that, dissimilar, morphologically dissimilar. So then it is called as anisogamous. So then we can call as what is that, anisogamous or oogamous. Okay, type of reproduction, sexual reproduction. Example vandu mucor, albugo, mucor. Okay, some common example vandu mucor. Okay, and also rhizophus. Okay, and albugo, these all comes under the what is that, example of this. Okay, it caused the white rust, this phycomycetes vandu, this phycomycete which cause the white rust. Okay, white rust in the mustard plant. Mustard இருக்குல்ல, கடுகு plantல you could able to see white color patches on the leaf. Okay, so due to these patches, late the leaves easily become powdery. Okay, leaves வந்து எப்படி ஆயிரும், easily வந்து பவுடரியா மாறிடும், உதிர்ந்துரும் சீக்கிரமா. ஒயிட் கலர் பேச்சஸ் ஃபார்ம் ஆகும் லீஃப்ல, சீக்கிரமா வந்து உதிர்ந்துரும். ஓகே, சோ இது வந்து மஸ்டர்ட்ல வந்து காஸ் பண்றது. பைகோமைசிட்ஸ் வந்து காஸ் தி ஒயிட் ரஸ்ட் இன் crucifer. மேக் a note of it. In mustard also. Okay, due to this white patches will be formed over the leaves. Due to this white patches, the leaves become easily powdery. கீழே உதிர்ந்துரும். சரியா? சோ இது வந்து என்னதுன்னா எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஆஃப் தி பைகோமைசிட்ஸ். அண்ட் rhizophus. Okay, bread mold. Okay, the bread வந்து bread mold, common name bread mold. Easily the bread, the materials whatever we keep easily get decomposed, right? So that is due to the rhizophus. Okay, இது ரெண்டுமே வந்து எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஆஃப் what is that, bread mold mentioned earlier. And albugo, parasitic fungi. And mustard, albugo தான் what I told, albugo na parasitic fungi on mustard. And white rust form ஆகிறது இது எல்லாமே வந்து here comes includes in the phycomycetes. So the phycomycetes வந்து it live in the aquatic and also live in the decaying wood and damp places லயும் வந்து இது live ஆகும். ஓகேவா? mycelium, இதோட plant body வந்து mycelium, it is aseptate and synocytic. It has made up of more nucleus and it is aseptate. Okay, and plant body. So reproduction pathona, it is comes under the asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction nale it include all the spores, zoospores, gonidiospores, chlamydospores, all the spores are include. Okay, all the gonidiospore, chlamydospores, sporangiospores, zoospores, all the spores, with help of the spores the reproduction will be takes place. Okay va. And sexual reproduction pathona, isogamous type, anisogamous type. Isogamous type na both same similar nucleus will fuse, whole body will be fused. Isogamous, morphologically similar. And anisogamous na or oogamous na morphologically two different gametes will be fused together, so that is called anisogamous. Okay va. And examples for this phycomycetes vandu mucor, rhizophus, albugo, these are example of what is that, the phycomycetes. Any doubt in this? We'll move to the next ascomycetes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, any doubt in this? So, I've given general instruction. Okay. So, phycomycetes, it's undergo two types of reproduction. What are they? One is, எந்தெந்த reproduction வந்து phycomycetes involve ஆகுது?
Asexual.
Very good. Correct தான். Asexual and sexual reproduction. What is type of என்ன sexual reproduction undergo it is?
Asexual and sexual.
Okay, Ratamo. My question, asexual ல வந்து what type it is? It is either isogamous, anisogamous, oogamous.
Isogamous. If it is
Isogamous.
if it is similar means isogamous.
What similar means?
The gametes are similar, ma'am.
Yeah. Both the two gametes are similar, na isogamous. If the both gametes are different, na it's called as anisogamous or oogamous. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Shall I go with the next topic, ascomycetes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, actually, ascomycetes is called as sac fungi. The largest, make a underline, the largest group of fungi that is ascomycetes. Higher fungi, largest group of higher. Okay, HIGHER, higher fungi that is called as, what is that? Ascomycetes. இதுக்கு இன்னொரு பேர் என்னதுன்னா sac fungi. ஓகேவா? எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ் என்னன்னா ஈஸ்ட், மோஸ்ட்லி மல்டிசெல்லுலார் பெனிசிலியம், யூனிசெல்லுலார்ல ஈஸ்ட், தட் இஸ் ஈஸ்ட்னா அதோடைய காமன் நேம் ஈஸ்ட், சயின்டிபிக் நேம் சக்காரோமைசிஸ் சர்விசே. ஓகே, அண்ட் மோரல்ஸ், ட்ரஃபிள்ஸ், தட் இஸ் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நம்ம மஷ்ரூம்ஸ் எல்லாமே இருக்குல்ல, ஆல் திஸ் கம்ஸ் அண்டர் தி வாட் இஸ் தட் ascomycetes only. Okay, and the plant body we can call as mycelium. Okay, mycelium, the plant body is represented by mycelium. Okay, and the example in the vegetative plant body unicellular வந்து yeast, multicellular வந்து penicillium. இதுல வந்து yeast இருக்கு, yeast வந்து unicellular. இந்த ascomycetesலயே unicellular plant body also we have, multicellular plant body also we have. Unicellular plant body na yeast, unicellular plant body yeast, and multicellular plant body penicillium. It is sac fungi. It represent largest group compared to all the fungi. Which fungi will represent largest group na? That is ascomycetes only. Okay, the plant body will represent as mycelium. Here the unicellular fungi வந்து yeast, the multicellular fungi வந்து பெனிசிலியம். இந்த மைசீலியம் பார்க்கிறதுக்கு எப்படி இருக்கும்னா பிரான்ச்டா இருக்கும். The mycelium will be branched. It has a branched like this. இந்த மாதிரி branched-ஆ இருக்கும். And it has septum. Phycomycetes actually we don't have septum. இங்க வந்து என்ன இருக்கு நமக்கு? Septum is present. Okay, we have what is that? Septum. Okay வா? We have a septum. Okay, note பண்ணிக்கோ, phycomycetesல aseptate. Ascomycete வந்து என்னதுன்னா septate. Septateனா between the cells வந்து we have a wall. The wall is present which is called as septate. Okay na? Yes. And actually these which is include saprophytes, எல்லா saprophytes-உம் decomposers-உம் parasitic-உம், okay, coprophilous. I told already what you mean by coprophilous, growing on the cow dung I told, right? So இது எல்லாமே all this nutritive type of fungi which comes under the ascomycetes only. And vegetative reproduction, how it takes place na? Budding, fission, fragmentation. Vegetative reproduction, it is undergo three types of vegetative reproduction. One is budding. Budding na, in plant, over the plant body small buds are formed. Until it get the maturation, the bud in the parent body only, later it is detached from the parent and grow into the new individual. So that is budding. Fission என்னது? Fission என்னது? Two. Okay, binary fission, that organism divided into two and which is to grow into new individual. Fission. Fragmentation na when the plant body upon maturation, plant body mature ஆகும்போது which is divided into what is that form the new individual. So this is the vegetative reproduction will be takes place. And asexual reproduction பார்த்தோம்னா with the help of the chlamydospores and gonidia. Chlamydospores என்னது formation of resting spores. Okay, resting spores form ஆகும் later which is reduced to form what is that spore. So that is a chlamydospores. Okay, and gonidia also. Okay, with help of gonidia also reproduction will be takes place. Gonidia na exogenous spores are formed. Already நம்ம discuss பண்ணதாமா previously the general characters I have explained. Okay, externally வந்து என்னது exogenous spores will be formed from this which is grow into the new individual. So this is what asexual reproduction. Okay va? So ascomycetes generally we can call it as what is that? Ascomycetes நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம் commonly we known as
Sac fungi.
sac fungi. Okay, so it is live in the what is that majority fungi ல எது அதிகமா இருக்குன்னா that is ascomycetes only. Okay va? So unicellular ascomycetes க்கு example unicellular ascomycetes yeast. Multicellular ascomycetes example
Penicillium.
Penicillium. Okay, the plant body is represented as mycelium. Plant body வந்து என்னது mycelium. Okay, and the plant body, what is the nature of the hyphae? எப்படி இருக்கும் hyphae? hyphae எப்படி இருக்கும்? It will be branched இருக்கும். hyphae will be branched and septate. Plant body பார்க்கிறதுக்கு எப்படி இருக்கும்னா branched இருக்கும், நிறைய septum wall வந்து இருக்கும். ஓகேவா? So it is undergo three kinds of reproduction also. Sexual, asexual and vegetative reproduction. So vegetative reproduction undergo what are they? என்னென்ன vegetative reproduction இங்க நடக்கும்? Budding,
Binary fission, fragmentation.
fragmentation. Very good. Asexual reproduction with help of two spores. What are they? With help of two spores. What are they? Asexual reproduction ரெண்டு ஸ்போர் மூலமா நடக்கும். என்னென்ன? One is chlamydospores. இன்னொன்னு gonidia. What is that? Gonidia. Chlamydospores என்னது? What do you mean by chlamydospores? முன்னாடி சொல்லியிருக்கேன். What do you mean by chlamydospores? Chlamydospores என்னது? Make a note of it. It's important one. Chlamydospores na thick-walled resting spores. Make a note. Thick-walled resting spores. Thick-walled resting spores. The chlamydospores are formed due to accumulation of food. Food accumulate ஆகிறதுனால form ஆகிறது தான் chlamydospores. Due to accumulation of food, the chlamydospores are formed. And gonidiospores na they are non-motile, thin or thick-walled spores. Non-motile, thin or thick-walled spores. Okay, normally develop as a chain exogenously. Exogenously at the tip of the hyphae. At the tip of the hyphae. Okay va? Yes. Okay. And the next one வந்து sexual spores வந்து ascospores. Okay, sexually reproduction takes place. The sexual reproduction எது மூலமா நடக்குதுன்னா it takes place with help of the ascospores. Okay, so these ascospores வந்து எங்க ஃபார்ம் ஆகுதுன்னா endogenously. What do you mean by endogenously? What do you mean by endogenously?
Outside.
Endo, exo. Exo na out. Endo na
Inside.
Inside. Okay, endo means what is that? Inside. Okay, so ascospores with sexual reproduction எது மூலமா நடக்குது? It is with the help of what is that? Ascospores. Okay, இந்த ஆஸ்கோஸ்போர்ஸ் வந்து எங்க ஃபார்ம் ஆகுதுன்னா inside the sac like structure. Ascospores are formed inside the, what is that, a sac like structure, okay, which is called as asci. Okay, ascospores are formed இந்த மாதிரி ஃபார்ம் ஆகும். Actually the ascospores are இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் இருக்கும். the sac like structure, sac like structure. in this ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்ல எண்டோஜீனஸ்லி ஃபார்ம் ஆகும். இது வந்து asci, ascus also we can say. இதுக்குள்ள ஃபார்ம் ஆகுறது வந்து ஆஸ்கோஸ்போர்ஸ். இது வந்து ஸ்போர்ஸ். ஓகேவா? ஸோ the sexual reproductions which just takes place with help of ascospores. Okay, these spores are produced endogenously, okay, like a sac like structure kulla form ஆகுது. Okay, this structure is called as ascus. Okay, in this asci they are arranged in the different types of rooting bodies, which is called as ascoscarp. Okay, we can call it as, what is that, ascoscarp. Ascoscarpனா different இதுல வந்து அரேஞ்ச் ஆயிருக்கு. Okay, which is arranged different type of fruiting bodiesல வந்து அரேஞ்ச் ஆயிருக்கு. So that if it is arranged in the different type of fruiting bodies na, which is called as, what is that, asci. Okay, that is asci and ascospores அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். ஓகேவா? ஸோ எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ் வந்து here we have a what is that, examples வந்து actually is basidiospores. It is sexual reproductions are undergoes ascospores, which is produced endogenously sac like asci, and they are arranged in the different types of fruiting body, which is called as ascoscarps. Okay, example வந்து aspergillus, claviceps, neurospora. Okay, and the neurospora இருக்குல்ல, actually it is extensively biochemical and genetic workல வந்து இந்த ஃபங்கை நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றோம். Okay, and many like members like morels and truffles, இதெல்லாமே வந்து edible, it's considered, what is that, delicacia. இதாவது மஷ்ரூம் வெரைட்டி. இது ரெண்டும் வந்து என்னது, மஷ்ரூம் வெரைட்டி. நம்ம வந்து edible substance வந்து என்ன பண்ணிக்கலாம்னா யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஓகேவா? So this is what about the what, the claviceps என்கிறது என்னதுன்னா, it is given claviceps, right, claviceps. Claviceps na, it is a parasitic on dry plant. It caused the disease வந்து ergot disease. ergot இந்த வீட்ல எல்லாம் wheat plant is there, right, அதுல வந்து it caused the ergot disease. the wheat plant வந்து white கலரா மாறிடும். completely its color will be changed into white. that is ergot disease. wheat plantல the claviceps என்கிறது வந்து it caused the disease. Okay, neurospora. So this neurospora I told na, okay, actually it is a drosophila of plant kingdom. It is important experimental organism in both biochemical and genetic research. இந்த நியூரோஸ்போரா வந்து ஜெனட்டிக்கலிக்கும் எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்டலுக்கும் நம்ம இதை யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். சரியா? ஓகே, ட்ரோசோஃபில்லாங்கிறது வந்து ஜெனட்டிக்ஸ்ல வந்து நிறைய இடத்துல வந்து யூஸ் பண்ற ஆர்கானிசம் எதுன்னா ட்ரோசோஃபில்லா. ஓகே, அது வந்து கம்ஸ் அண்டர் தி நியூரோஸ்போரா. அண்ட் மோரல்ஸ் அண்ட் ட்ரஃபிள்ஸ் இது பார்த்தோம்னா எடிபிள். ஓகே, எடிபிள் ஃபங்கை. டெலிகேஷியஸ்ங்கிறது என்னதுன்னா எடிபிள் ஃபங்கை. ஓகே, மோரல்ஸ் அண்ட் ட்ரஃபிள்ஸ்னா எடிபிள் ஃபங்கையா நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றோம். ஓகே, அண்ட் ஆல்சோ பெனிசிலியம்ஸ். பெனிசிலியம் இருக்கு. who discovered the penicillium? it includes this ascomycetes also, which includes penicillium also. Flamingo, we know that Fleming, the Fleming discovered the penicillin. Okay, penicillium is a fungi. From the penicillium we have extracted the medicine penicillin. Okay, it is the first commercial antibiotic, the wonder drug from the Penicillium notatum. It is a wonderful drug. Penicillium notatum லிருந்து எக்ஸ்ட்ராக்ட் ஆகிறது. இட் இஸ் அ ஆன்டிபயோட்டிக்கா நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றோம். அண்ட் நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் வந்து செக்கரோமைசிஸ். இதுவும் வந்து ஈஸ்ட் கம்ஸ் அண்டர் திஸ் ஃபங்கை ஒன்லி. ஓகே, இட் இஸ் நோன் as பேக்கர்ஸ் ஈஸ்ட் அண்ட் பிரிவர்ஸ் ஈஸ்ட். செக்கரோமைசிஸ் ஈஸ்ட், இதை நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம்னா பேக்கர்ஸ் ஈஸ்ட் ஆர் பிரிவர்ஸ் ஈஸ்ட்னு சொல்றோம். பிகாஸ் we are using in baking and brewing industries. அதாவது இந்த பீரு இதெல்லாமே மேக் பண்றோம்ல, அதுல வந்து யூஸ் பண்றோம், பேக்கரியிலயும் யூஸ் பண்றோம். அதனால இதை வந்து பேக்கர்ஸ் ஈஸ்ட் ஆர் பிரிவர்ஸ் ஈஸ்ட்னு சொல்றோம். So these are the 5 important groups which is includes in the ascomycetes. Yes, got it. Can you name what are the fungi which comes under the ascomycetes? What is the first one? What is the first one? What is the first one?
Penicillin.
Penicillium. Very good. What is the use of penicillium? பெனிசிலியம் வச்சு நம்ம என்ன எடுக்கிறோம்? பெனிசிலியம்ல இருந்து பெனிசிலியம் நொட்டேட்டம். இந்த ஃபங்கைல இருந்து வாட் we are extracting?
Penicillin notatum.
Penicillium notatum. We are extracting. Penicillin is the medicine, antibiotic. Penicillin is an antibiotic. Okay, who discovered na? Fleming. Second வந்து என்னதுன்னா Saccharomyces. என்னது? Saccharomyces na என்னது? What do you mean by Saccharomyces? Yeast. What is that? Saccharomyces ங்கிறது என்னது?
Yeast.
Yeast. இதுக்கு என்ன பேரு? What is the name of it? Yeast. Saccharomyces நம்ம என்ன சொல்லலாம்? Baker's yeast or brewer's yeast. Why we can call it as a baker's yeast and brewer's yeast?
It is used in baking.
Baking in the bakery products and also in the beer, to making the beer, wine, இதெல்லாமே beer make பண்றதுக்கு யூஸ் ஆகுது. And எந்த fungi which is used in the experimental organism? எந்த fungi experimental purposeக்கு நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றோம்?
Neurospora.
Very good. Neurospora. Okay. And and also aspergillus also it is one of the okay. So it is commonly laboratory weed in சொல்லுவோம். That also comes under here ascomycetes only. Okay. Laboratory weed. Okay. இது நம்ம இன்னொரு பேர் என்ன சொல்லணும்னா guinea pig. Aspergillus வந்து நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம்னா guinea pig. G-U-I-N-E-A. Guinea pig. ஓகே, இது வந்து ஒன் ஆஃப் த டாக்ஸின்ஸ் வந்து ப்ரொடியூஸ்ட் ஆகுது. அந்த டாக்ஸின்ஸ் வந்து நம்ம இது ஸ்டோர் பண்றதுக்கு, நம்ம சீட்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஸ்டோர் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கிறதுக்கு நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றோம். when it is grow on the stored grains. ஓகே, இந்த கினி பிக்ங்கிறது ஓகே ஆஸ்பெர்ஜில்லஸ். ஓகே, இட் வில் ப்ரொடியூஸ் தி கார்சினோஜெனிக் டாக்ஸின். என்ன டாக்ஸினை ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணும்னா கார்சினோஜெனிக். கார்சினோஜெனிக்ங்கிற ஒரு கெமிக்கல் சப்ஸ்டன்ஸை வந்து ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணும். ஓகேவா? இந்த கார்சினோஜெனிக் டாக்ஸின்ஸ் வந்து எப்போ ப்ரொடியூஸ்ட் ஆகுதுன்னா when the aspergillus fungi, when the seeds are stored, சீட்ஸ் வந்து ஸ்டோர் பண்ணி வைக்கும்போது when it is grow on the stored grains வந்து ஸ்டோர் பண்ணி வைக்கும்போது அங்க உருவாகிறது தான் இந்த ஆஸ்பெர்ஜில்லஸ். இந்த ஆஸ்பெர்ஜில்லஸ் என்ன ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணுதுன்னா carcinogenic toxins. carcinogenic toxins வந்து என்ன பண்ணுது? ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணுது. ஓகேவா? ஸோ த நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் வந்து என்னதுன்னா basidiomycetes. ஸோ த நெக்ஸ்ட் ascomycetes we are moving to the what is the next group na basidiomycetes. ஓகே, ஆக்சுவலி ஆல் த basidiomycetes வந்து இன்க்ளூட்ஸ் வந்து என்னதுன்னா basidiomycetes வந்து மஷ்ரூம்ஸ். ஓகே, இதை வந்து கிளப் ஃபங்கைன்னு சொல்லுவோம். வாட் we can called as club, club, club fungi. Okay, nearly it includes 25,000 species of mushrooms. இது வந்து 25,000 species of mushrooms வந்து இந்த basidiomycetes include ஆயிருக்கு. But some of the mushrooms like morels and truffles வந்து comes under the ascomycetes. basidiomycetesல வந்து majority of the fungi வந்து include ஆயிருக்கு. ஓகேவா? டோடு, ரஸ்ட், ஸ்மெட், பஃப் பால்ஸ், பிராக்கெட் ஃபங்கை, இது எல்லாமே வந்து என்னதுன்னா which is include in the basidiomycetes. Okay, they are actually இது terrestrial and it is saprophytic nature இருக்கும், parasitic நேச்சரும் இருக்கும். ஓகேவா? இதோடைய மைசீலியம் பார்த்தோம்னா plant body. Okay, it is a hyphae. Okay, and it's made up of septum. Reproduction as same what we have discussed. Vegetative reproduction வந்து fragmentation and asexual reproduction வந்து spores are Okay, asexual spores are not found. அதனால there is no basidiomycetesல there is no asexual reproduction. And sexual reproduction na plasmogamy. What do you mean by plasmogamy? Already we know two haploid. Okay, protoplasm fusion. Plasmogamy fusion takes place. Okay, ma? And plasmogamy and takes place of somatic cells of different strains or genotypes. Okay, and also sex organs பார்த்தோம்னா இதுல absent. Okay, so as a result of plasmogamy நமக்கு dikaryotic structure, அதாவது 2n nucleus வந்து fusion ஆகுது. Okay, and this dikaryon nucleus வந்து fusion ஆகும்போது we can get the what is that basidium. Inside the basidiums வந்து fruiting bodies are formed, that is called as basidiocarp. Okay, basidiocarp வந்து ஃபார்ம் ஆகும். அண்ட் ஆல்சோ திஸ் கேரியோகேமி, ரெண்டு நியூக்ளியஸ் ஃபியூஷன் நடக்கிறதுனால கேரியோகேமி டைப் ஆஃப் ரீப்ரொடக்ஷனும் டேக்ஸ் பிளேஸ் ஆகுது. ஃபியூஸ் அண்டர்கோ கேரியோகேமி முடிஞ்ச உடனே அண்டர்கோ மியாசிஸ் ஃபார்ம் ஆகி வாட் இஸ் தட் த பெசிடியோஸ்போர்ஸும் ஃபார்ம் ஆகுது. ஓகேவா? ஸோ எக்ஸாம்பிள் வந்து அகாரிகஸ். ஓகே, அகாரிகஸ், மஷ்ரூம்ஸ், எடிபிள் மஷ்ரூம்ஸ் எல்லாமே வந்து இன்க்ளூட்ஸ் இன் தி பெசிடியோமைசிட்ஸ். ஓகேவா? So this is about the basidiomycetes. So what is basidiomycetes na? It is also called as club fungi. Make a note of it. Basidiomycetes ki இன்னொரு பேர் என்னது? Club fungi. Okay, club fungi which is grow in all the plant bodies. Okay, now in everywhere it will live. Terrestrialயும் இருக்கும், saprophytic இருக்கும், parasiticாவும் இருக்கும். அதோடைய plant body வந்து என்னதுன்னா mycelium. The plant body which comes under the mycelium. Okay, grow in the soil, logs, stamps and in the living plant body எல்லாமே இருக்கும். ஓகேவா? and plant body mycelium and septate. Actually asexual spores வந்து absent. இங்க asexual reproduction நடக்கிறது கிடையாது, make a note. but vegetative reproduction நடக்குது with help of fragmentation மட்டும்தான். இங்க வந்து sex organs வந்து absent. so but plasmogamy என்ன சொல்லியிருக்கேன்? ரெண்டு மைசீலியமோட ஹெப்ளாய்டு நியூக்ளியஸ் வந்து என்ன ஆகுது? ஃபியூஷன் ஆகுது. ஸோ பிளாஸ்மாகேமி நடக்குது. இந்த பிளாஸ்மாகேமி நடக்கிறதுனால ரெண்டு நியூக்ளியஸ் வந்து ஃபியூஷன் நடக்குது. தட் இஸ் கால்ட் கேரியோகேமி. இந்த கேரியோகேமி ஃபார்ம் ஆகும்போது ஜைகோட் ஃபார்ம் ஆகுது, விச் இஸ் அண்டர்கோ மியாட்டிக் டிவிஷன் ஆகி நமக்கு பெசிடியோஸ்போர்ஸ் வந்து ஃபார்ம் ஆகுது. பெசிடியோஸ்போர்ஸ் ஆர் ஃபார்ம்ட். ஓகே, திஸ் பெசிடியோஸ்போர்ஸ் ஃபார்மேஷன் வந்து எக்ஸோஜீனஸ்லி ஓகே ப்ரொடியூஸ்ட் ஆன் தி பெசிடியம். Okay, and it is arranged in the basidiocarp. Okay, basidiocarpல வந்து என்ன இருக்குன்னா அரேஞ்ச் ஆயிருக்கு. Okay, so basidiocarpனா it is like a fruiting body, and the fruiting bodyல இப்படி அரேஞ்ச் ஆயிருக்கு basidiocarp. Okay, example all the agaricus and eustilogo and puccinia, rust fungus, smut இது எல்லாமே includes in the basidiomycetes. Okay, so basidiomycetes is also called as club fungi. Okay va? Asexual spores are absent, sexual spores also absent. So reproduction வந்து என்னது? Vegetative reproduction by fragmentation and plasmogamy fusion நடக்குது. Plasmogamy fusion நடக்கிறதுனால two nucleus fusion, so it is karyogamy. So karyogamy fusion ஆகும்போது diploid nucleus formation. The diploid nucleus formation undergo what is that? Meiosis division, reduction division to form the basidiospores. These basidiospores are arranged in the basidiocarp, the fruiting body of basidiocarp. All the agaricus which is included in the what is that? Basidiomycetes. And the next one வந்து the last one, it is over the deuteromycetes. Actually deuteromycetes வந்து என்ன சொல்லுவோம்னா fungi imperfecti. Please make a note. இது வந்து it's not comes under the fungi ஆகும். Actually fungi imperfecti. What is the meaning? The word imperfecti னா என்னன்னா it refers absence of sexual reproduction or sexual reproductions are absent here. இதுல இது வரைக்கும் டிஸ்கவர்டே பண்ணல sexual reproductions. ஓகேவா? So when the sexual form this fungi where they discovered, they moved into the class belongs to that. இதுல வந்து sexual imperfectனாலே இதுல வந்து there is absence of sex organs. Okay, so அதனால sexual reproduction இங்க நடக்கலைங்கிறதுனால still there is a confusion to where to place under either phycomycetes basidiomycetes. so எதுக்கு அடியில வைக்கணுங்கிறத வந்து இன்னுமே there is a confusion. once the sex of these fungi were discovered, they are moved to the particular classes. Okay, va? And so it is also possible with the help of asexual and vegetative stages possible. Okay, asexual reproduction, vegetative reproduction inga possible இருக்கு. பட் செக்ஷுவல் ஸ்டேஜ் வந்து என்னதுன்னா இங்க வந்து கிளியராட்டி இல்லைங்கிறதுனால இன்னுமே இதை வந்து எதுக்கு அண்டர்ல வைக்கணுங்கிறத வந்து தர் இஸ் அ கொஸ்டின் மார்க். ஓகேவா? Later, when the linkage were established, the fungi were correctly identified and moved into the, what is that? Deuteromycetes. Okay, va? And once perfect na imperfect na sexual stage is not clearly mentioned here. Adanaladan. Okay, va? Once the sexual stage is clear, they will move into either in ascomycetes or in a basidiomycetes. Okay, va? And deuteromycetes எப்படி reproductions na with help of asexual spore, with help of gonidia. With help of gonidia மூலமாதா reproduction வந்து now takes place. Okay, mycelium pathona septate branched. Okay, it includes all the saprophytes, parasites எல்லாமே which is includes. Okay, decomposes. இது வந்து this deuteromycetes will play a very important role in the, what is that, mineral cycling. ஏன் mineral cyclingல play important role na, it will decompose the dead and decomposed matter. Waste things வந்து decompose பண்றதுனால it is important one. Okay, in a mineral cycling. Example வந்து alternaria and colitotrichum, trichoderma. These all comes includes under the deuteromycetes. Alternaria, colitotrichum, trichoderma. இதெல்லாமே includes under the, what is that, deuteromycetes. Is it clear, children? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So deuteromycetes nale fungi imperfecti. What is fungi imperfecti na? Because the sex parts வந்து sexual reproduction வந்து it is not perfect. Once the sexual part வந்து discover ஆனதுக்கு அப்புறம் either it will placed under the basidiomycetes or ascomycetes until it is placed under the deuteromycetes. So asexual reproduction இங்க நடக்குது with help of the gonidia. அவ்வளவுதான் இங்க கொடுத்திருக்காங்க, வேற எதுவுமே கிளாரிட்டி இல்ல நமக்கு. ஓகேவா? Is it
Yes,
clear?
ma'am.
Yes. So we have completed fungi. Okay. So the next class we will go with the plant kingdom, animal kingdom. You have a separate lesson only. So plant kingdom next third chapter and animal kingdom fourth chapter. This will include ஆகும். So the introduction பார்த்துட்டு we will move to the next chapter. Okay. I'll wind up the session.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, madam.
Yes.
See,
Okay,
students who are not CBSE, who are in
Yes,
state
sir.
board, they better buy the CBSE books and then study, because NEET questions, most of the questions will come from the CBSE book, even though the syllabus is same, but there are some lessons, some words which may be relevant for your exam, which may be are available in the CBSE books. So I strongly recommend you buy one set of CBSE books, biology, particularly biology and chemistry, these two. Other things like mathematics and physics, you may not need, because that is more of concepts. Whereas in the biology, even that line by line you have to read from the CBSE books. Madam is taking from the CBSE books, so that is good. So everywhere, all our teachers, they teach from the CBSE books. So whoever is in the state board, they better buy one set of CBSE books. Am I correct, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that is I'm
Yes.
strongly recommending. I'll put in the group also, so that people will buy one set of CBSE books.
CBSE books. Yes, sir.
Okay, madam. Thank you, madam.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.